All right, boys and girls, yesterday in guided reading, you should have read the book, The Food Chain on Raz Kids. So raise your hand if you read that book. Hope everybody did. If you're not, if you didn't read it, you were in the wrong video. So hopefully I have got this all right. Okay, so you read the story yesterday about the food chain. And in the food chain book, it talks about how things go in sequence. So I'm going to be talking to you, but I'm also going to be using my board. So I may be flipping back and forth, and I'm not really good yet with camera work. So if it's kind of makes you a little sick because I'm spinning the camera around, I'm so sorry. I'm really sorry. But the first thing we're going to talk about is we're going to talk about sequence, okay? So I'm going to flip the camera around, and then I'm going to, you're getting a little peek at my house. Okay, sequence is putting things in the correct order, okay? So sequence is just looking at objects that you have or a list of things that you have and knowing that there's a correct order for doing everything. And you've learned this from when you were super little, okay? Just for the day, there's a sequence in which the day goes. You get up, you spend your day, you eat lunch, you spend your afternoon, you eat dinner, and you go to bed. There's the same sequence every day. You don't have dinner first thing in the morning. It has to be in the correct order, okay? So we're gonna talk about sequence today. And in order to practice that, I have over here, I have the life cycle of a butterfly, okay? And the life cycle of a butterfly has 4 stages, and it has to go in the right order, okay? It has to go in the same order every time, or you will not have the right result, okay? So I'm gonna try to figure out how to set up my camera so that you can see, hopefully, you can see this. I'm gonna have to set it up like that, okay? And now I'm gonna, whoops. There goes my camera. See, I told you I'm not good at this. Okay, all right. I think you can see it good there. All right, and I'm gonna come around here and sit on this side, right over here. Okay, and we're gonna fill in the life cycle of the, oh, I may have moved it and you might not be able to see it anymore. Yeah, you still can, I think. I'm so sorry. This is very hard to do at home and on a camera. All right, okay, so life cycle. This is gonna be our first space, okay? This is space 1, space 2, space 3, and space 4. And all of this cycle goes the same, so it's constantly going through here, okay? It's the same order. All right, so the first thing that's gonna happen, what is the first thing that is gonna happen here is going to be the egg. We're gonna have an egg first. So if we were gonna try to grow butterflies, which if we were in school, we would be doing that right now, the first stage would be the egg stage. That's the very first one. So if we were to start, we would start with eggs, okay? And then from the eggs, stage 2 is your caterpillar, okay? So we would have caterpillars in our class, and they would be crawling all over our little containers. And it wouldn't be too long before those caterpillars would climb up to the very top of our little jars and hang from the lid, and that's where they would make their pupa. And that's like they hang from the lid of something, or they hang from a tree branch, and then they make kind of like a little cocoon, and they hang in there. And they stay in that pupa until they are ready to come out as a what? That's right, as a butterfly, okay? And so that's the last stage, the butterfly. Now, you could not go from an egg to a butterfly. It won't work that way. You have to go in the sequence. You have to go in the right steps. Step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4. So sequencing is very important. It's very important that you go in, I'm gonna try to flip this around now so that I can see you again. It's very important that you go in the right order of something to get the desired outcome that you were looking for. And so in your story yesterday, you learned the sequence of the food chain, okay? And that is what I want you to do today for your assignment. I want you to reread your story, The Food Chain. And after you reread it, I want you to do this. So I'm gonna flip my camera back around. All right, I want you to draw on your paper a picture of the food chain like I have here. I want you to draw like what we did. You're gonna write food chain in the middle and draw a box and an arrow and a box and an arrow and a box and an arrow and number your boxes 1, 2, 3, 4. And in each one, I either want you to draw a picture or write a sentence or a phrase of what happens in the food chain. So what's the first thing that has to happen in the food chain? What's the second thing that happens? What's the third? And what's the fourth? I want you to draw or write, and when you finish that, I would like for you to submit that to me so I can see that you understand sequencing. If you need to pause my video, you can do that so that you can copy what is on the page. I don't have a worksheet to give you because every